Today is June 1st, 2011. We're going to take up the quiz for your review. Then I'll probably make up maybe 2 review questions that we'll take up on growth and decay just so you guys are used to it. So, very first question on your quiz, I think almost all of you have gotten. Question says 6 times 6 to the power of 4. Make sure you realize that any number without an exponent is technically to the power of 1. So what this actually says is 6 to the power of 1 multiplied by 6 to the power of 4. Because the bases are the same, all we have to do is add the exponents. Your answer is 6 to the power of 5. You didn't need to show all those steps. It was only worth 1 mark. If you went straight to 6 to the power of 5, I was fine with it. Okay, next question. Negative 3 to the power of 5 multiplied by negative 3 to the power of 4 divided by negative 3 to the power of 4 to the power of 2. Okay, 2 major things we got to talk about. First of all, these are 2 bases multiplied by each other. So because they're multiplied, we can keep the same base and just add the exponents. That's what we're going to do for the top of this equation. So we'll do the first, we'll do the top, negative 3, 5 plus 4. I just need to add the exponents, and I'll rewrite the bottom. Now on the bottom, we'll equate 5 plus 4 in a second. On the bottom, this is a power of a power. So what that means is I only have 1 base, so I'm going to keep that base the same. These 2 numbers are going to be multiplied by each other, the exponents. A couple of you guys were adding at the wrong spots and multiplying at the wrong spots. Make sure you recognize when bases are multiplied by each other and when powers are to powers. So the top of the fraction, negative 3, 5 plus 4 is 9. On the bottom, we have negative 3, and 4 times 2 is 8. Then, what this says is these 2 bases are the same, and they're divided by each other. When we have that, that means we just need to take the exponents and subtract the 2 of them. So, our very last line, our second last line is negative 3, 9, subtract 8, negative 3 to the power of 1, or some of you left it as just negative 3, that's fine. Any number with no exponent is just assumed to be to the power of 1. Question 3 says 5 to the power of 3 to the power of 2 divided by 5. First we'll deal with the top. Again, we have a power of a power. So that means we need to multiply those 2 exponents together. So we're going to get base 5, 3, multiplied by 2, divided by 5. 3 times 2 is 6. Some of you guys wrote multiplied and then added. Please be careful when you do that. Don't go too fast through these questions. Divided by 5. Now, because 5 is just number 5 with no exponent, again, we assume there's a number 1 there. So really, because they're divided by, again, we have 5 to the power of 6, subtract 1. Because there is a 1 on that bottom number underneath. So we end up with 5 to the power of 5. Okay, question number 4. Question 4 says 1/3 to the power of 8 multiplied by 1/3 to the power of negative 4. Our bases are the same, and this is a multiplication question, which means I need to add the exponents on top. So, we keep the base the same, 1/3, 8 plus negative 4. Now, that's a negative, so what's going to happen is we're going to have 1/3 to the power of 4. That's it. All of these questions just wanted a single positive exponent. You didn't have to equate anything. Question 5. Simple. 20 to the power of 2 to the power of 5. We keep the base the exact same because it's a power of a power. we're going to multiply the exponents. 20 to the power of 10. Number 6. Okay, let's draw 6 on the next line. Okay, number 6 is a little more complicated. It's written differently than you're used to seeing. 9 to the power of 2 divided by 9 to the power of 4. And then all of that is to the power of negative 5. Now, according to BEDMAS, we deal with the brackets first. So I'm going to deal with the division between those two numbers first. Then I'm going to do with their exponent on the outside. So this says 9, or these are two bases that are the same, and they're divided by each other. So we're going to subtract the exponents. So we have 9 to subtract 4 to the power of negative 5. We get 9 to the power of negative 2. Now we have a power of a power, which means we're going to be multiplying